my name is Savanah. I'm part of Netagamiou School, and our team for One Brave Night is the Netagamiou Nighthawks. So we're doing One Brave Night to support people with mental illness. So, you know, when you have mental illness, you stay up all night, and it takes a lot of courage for people to do that, and a lot of resistance. And we're just here so we could make people aware of that this is an issue. And we want to support all the people, friends, family, everyone, and let them know that we're with them. And they're a really courageous person, and we're with them, and we're trying our best to help them.
That's great. I mean, first of all, it's a great description of what you're trying to do, but it's a really worthy cause, because I think that, you know, mental health issues affect a lot more people than we realize. Because even if they don't affect you personally, they affect a lot of people that you know and family members. You know, and I've always thought, you know, that all of us really are really just sort of one overwhelming situation away from a mental health crisis. Really, it doesn't, you know, take much to tip the balance there. And so that's one of the reasons when your teacher mentioned it to us on the phone the other day, that we were really pleased to be able to come here and be part of this fundraising effort that you've got going here today. It's fabulous.
And we certainly commend you folks here for taking on the initiative to develop this fundraising issue.
And what about music? Do you find that music's helpful, or have people...
Extremely helpful. Myself and Jim have been playing music all our lives, and I always say that, you know, if you have music, you have a friend. You know, you can go to your bedroom, or you can go in front of tens of thousands of people and play music, and it's the same. You get the same rush from it, and it's just that same personal feeling that using music to just to while away the time. It's great for you.
It's also the thing about, you know, with music and just you know, being able to express yourself. You know, being able to express a lot of your innermost feelings, which is part of a problem that sometimes creates mental health crises. You know, when you don't feel like people are listening to what you have to say and what's going on in your head. And I'm a songwriter. I've written probably hundreds of songs, and even if there are songs that no one else ever hears, just to have the outlet to be able to speak, to give your innermost feelings a voice, whether, you know, you write them down or whether you ever play them for anyone else or not. But like Fergus was saying about intimacy, you know, as a friend, like, you know, loneliness is a big part of mental health crisis, for example, right? Like you're saying about staying up all night and not having anybody to talk to. If you've got a guitar, for example, or any other instrument that you can, it's like, it's almost as good as having a human there sometimes. And sometimes it's even better, right? Because you can express yourself with a musical instrument and not feel like you're unloading to anybody else, and not having to worry that they're going to go tell somebody else that you don't want, you know, because it's very isolating, mental health issue. You know, mental health crises are very isolating, and musical instruments go a long way towards, you know, giving people outlets, providing friendship and comfort to people. And we find it, I mean, it's why music is used in all sorts of circumstances. It's like music in church, for example. People find it comforting, and it gets them through some very difficult times. And I, you know, have been playing music since I was even before I was a teenager, and it helped me a lot through my teenage years. Absolutely.
And not only musical instrument, but also using your voice, singing. I mean, singing takes a lot of energy. And when you sing, it really gets energy going in your system and really creates that expression that you want to express yourself to, even to yourself. Sing in front of a mirror or singing around. I always find singing in the bathroom, you get a great echo in the bathroom.
Yeah, people always make jokes about singing in the shower, but you're expressing yourself, and that's the important thing, because that's the key.
And you guys have been on tour for a little bit this
We've been
week?
on tour all our lives, really, ever since we started playing music for a living. So, as Fergus mentioned during the concert, he's been playing music professionally for 48 years. I've been doing it for 40 years. We've traveled all over the world doing so.
But this trip in particular has been, as Jim was saying earlier on, a great eye-opener in terms of the connection between here and Newfoundland and Labrador. But also, we really have to express our thanks to the Littoral, the school board, and in particular Kelly Anderson in Netagamiou, who we've been talking to for the last year or so getting this organised. And she put a tremendous amount of work into getting us to 7 villages in 7 days along this coast, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful time. We're going back to St. John's. We're going to stand up on Signal Hill and roar about it.
Yeah, we've been trying to get here for a long time. We've been trying to make this work for a long time, trying to get to this coast.
And again, just to make a point about all the children we've met along the coast, like people like yourself who are so informed and so open and have been so welcoming to us that we've just, every place we've gone, we felt right at home. It's just been really good. And I commend you guys and the teachers and all the schools for such a huge, open system here. I mean, it's like coming into a big family. That's what it's really like.